Alright, here is the video review for Rise of the Beasts Optimus Primal with Arrowstripe weapon, not Tigatron, even though it is Tigatron. And the other two weaponizer guys, Rhinox and Skullcruncher, got actual names. This is Arrowstripe, not Tigatron. Not sure why that is. Not super concerned about it, because he's probably the weakest of the little weaponizers that I have. I am going to review the other two in this one. I didn't want to do individual. Actually, I almost did individual reviews for them. Or just them together, but then I got this guy and it makes the most sense to put him in here. So we'll see them all in this video. But yeah, Arrowstripe is what comes with him, turns into like a little crossbow thing. His tail's posable, his front legs can, his front legs are the ones that can move a little bit. His head can kind of bob up and down, but that's about the extent of the posability on Arrowstripe. Primal actually has, you can see it has a similar rotate the whole torso transformation as the Spark Armor one. But overall, you can see it's a little bigger. It solves a lot of my issues I had with this smaller Primal, and then adds another weird one. And the issue I have is, like, this one, like you said, they molded this rotational torso, so when you folded it back in gorilla mode, or ape mode, whatever you want to call it, his head was angled so he could get into a more gorilla-like pose, whereas this is the gorilla mode of the weapon, the Beast Alliance 2-pack version. They're all called Beast Alliance. And you can kind of get him to lean forward a little bit, but he doesn't look forward at that point. And you can't even, the legs don't collapse in a way that really let you get him in, because his feet don't pose to get him into a proper kind of ape stance. His legs are just too long, aside from the fact that his head just isn't tilted. It doesn't look bad. It's just, you've got a more gorilla-esque pose here on this one versus this one. But I think overall, this one is a much better figure. It doesn't have the pop of color that this one does. He is what is sadly is looking to be a more screen-accurate, just kind of black and silver, metallic-looking Primal. He's not going to have the pops of blue that we generally associate with the character. But again, it's the movie version, so changes are expected. It would be nice if they got maybe a little bit of the blue in there, and maybe they will in the final version. But everything's looking like it's going to be solid black and silver. I was hoping to find the actual Voyagers that are out now, because I've seen some repaints on Twitter that really make him pop. I'd like to get the mainline Optimus Primal figure if I can, but I couldn't find it today. I did find the mask as well, but I didn't buy the mask. I had it in my hand, and then, like I said, you know what? I'm just gonna put this back. Like, it's neat and all. I'll never wear it. And I'm getting this. I got this in the Smash Changer today. We'll review the Smash Changer after this. But yeah, there's the comparison in gorilla mode, just side by side. Although, like I said, huge benefits to this one in that you've got ball joint at the shoulders, ball joint at the elbows. He's got elbows, which is nice. You got a ball joint at the hip. You do have a hinge at the knee. The feet don't flip up at all, but they do rotate around to form the gorilla feet versus the robot feet. Whereas here, the robot feet are molded onto the back of the legs, but there is no appreciable way to get those around to the front when you turn them into a robot mode. We'll compare them in robot mode here momentarily. Actually, we'll go ahead and, before we get to the weaponizers, let's go ahead and put all of them in shot. We're going to show all of them off. Like I said, he has some limited position. Rhinox doesn't really have, his legs are on ball joints, but that's mostly for transformation. They don't really move in any appreciable rhinoceros type way here in alt mode. And Skullcruncher, his legs are all on ball joints, so you can move them a little bit, and his jaw does open and close. His tail will flip down too, but that's just for transformation. So he's actually the most posable, functionally posable of the Beast target. I think he's my favorite of the little weaponizer guys, but we'll show them off later. Let's transform Primal here first. And like I said, it's not super deep. You just extend the knee joint out. It's a dual hinge knee. Rotate the feet around so the primate feet, toes are on the back. Flip up his shoulder pads. They do, oh, that one popped off. Snap right back on. Pop up his shoulder pads. And then, just like on the other one, you pop this up and open, rotate it around, snap it back into place. And again, a very nice looking little, basic but fun Primal. But like I said, he's got blue eyes, but otherwise lacking some of that color that you would expect from the character. That said, again, you still got the ball joint shoulders, ball joint elbows, ball joint hips, double hinge knees, although they only really rotate. This hinge only rotates forward, this hinge runs back, so you only got a little bit of motion there. But the toes don't articulate aside from rotation, so it's not the end of the world anyway. But a fun little primal. He's more properly sized to hold these, although he's a little big he's more for larger figures, I feel. But than the smaller one. And just as a comparison, here he is with the armor pack. Again, just a little bulkier. You got the posable shoulder pads. Overall, a better design toy. I would like to see this toy with some more of the blue and red pop somewhere. I can repaint it. I'm sure somebody will. But and he actually has some brown on his back, whereas he is just all black. And you see very hollow from the back, but oh well. But yeah, he's a fun little toy. Now let's go ahead to his official little pal here, and you just basically split the tiger in half here, this way, from the front. Rotate his legs to go back like that, and then the tail comes up. There's kind of a barrel there. Tiger head flips up and in, and then these fold back around to kind of look like a crossbow. And I mean, it actually does look like a crossbow in that it's a bow with a handle. Although it is more sized, like proportionally to Prime. That's more of an actual bow. And it would be nice. I mean, you can kind of attach it. He has some 5mm ports on his arms, but it doesn't quite put it in a position where, well, maybe not so bad. You can have him wield it like this if you want. It just seems a little big for Primal, but not horribly so. So there's wArrowstripe as a weapon. We'll do the other ones. We'll do Rhinox first. And Rhinox, again, he's a little rhino. So he's actually a fun, just little, as it's just a solid little pocket rhino, he's fun. You kind of Ace Ventura his butt open here. And there is his Gatling gun coming out of his rear end. And then you fold these panels all the way around like this. Fold these in. There's a little peg here and here. And then these feet come down like this. These feet kind of go up against the angle there like that. And then there's a little peg here under his rhino face. And you can have him hold it like that. Larger figures can hold it as well. That's standard 5mm port. You can plug it onto the forearm post. And he has the same post on either side here. He's even got a post down here on his leg. Don't know why you want it. Even has a post here on his back. Rhinox obviously can't really get there because his feet block it attaching, but there's a different way in gorilla mode or whatever you can attach weapons as well. But yeah, so there's Primal wielding Rhinox. The Gatling gun, I don't know if this is to add different weapons in later or just how it is, but you can actually pull the Gatling gun piece out. I think that's just how they made it, although I think it was Ben Yee was saying that you can kind of turn it around like this on a figure that can hold it, and then there is some kind of like chain feeding, like ammo belt type of detailing in here, so you can kind of have him, if you take this piece off, you can kind of have him hold it as one of his little chain guns of doom, especially if you put it on the larger Rhinox figure. And it works. I mean, like, it kind of evokes that. It's nice that there is some detailing in there. It's very hard to see because it's all just solid brown plastic. It's not picked out with any paint or anything. But an option if you want to use it. And the gun is just on like two tabs there that just kind of slot up into the body. Just like that. Is this a separate piece too? It looks like there's a seam there, but it doesn't pop apart the way this does. Like I said, I don't know if that's for potential remolds down the line to put different kinds of cannons inside and maybe remold the shell, or if it's just the Easter egg to turn it into the chain gun. Not sure. But either way, know that you can do that. Now my favorite here is Skullcruncher. And once again, Primal in his other pack with the armor was paired with Skullcruncher. I think this guy makes more sense. I get why they didn't do 2 retail packs of Optimus Primal with Skullcruncher, but I think he's, like I said, he's the best of the Weapon Masters I have so far. Of the ones that are out, I don't have Cheetor, or unless there's anything different that comes in one of these 2 packs. They had several of them there today, but I was only looking at Primal. But yeah, Alligator, Snappy Jaw, I like his colors. And transform him, you close his jaw, and you flip his whole body around to flip out the barrel. And then his tail folds up, and there's a little peg on the tail that pegs in under there to lock that together. And then you just take the legs and you just kind of fold them up and around onto the back of the gun. Same with the back legs, just kind of fold them up out of the way into the weapon. And then there's a peg right there. And again, you can attach it to the forearm. You can have them hold it as a gun. But yeah, it's just a fun gun. Like I said, Skull Cruncher is the best. I think Primal, I think the kind of palish green works with the paler silver. And it's not quite black. It is kind of a dull black. It's not like a shiny or deep black on Primal. And so that kind of faded black with the faded green, I think, works really nice. I just think this is a fun little color scheme with these two together. I think the gun looks best wielded by this size character class. The chain gun works okay, but like it's so wide this way, it feels like it would fit better with a larger partner. And same with ArrowStrike. He's just so wide compared to like for a standard like archery bow like this. It's not ridiculously outscaled. For a crossbow, it seems a little large for this scale of figure. But yeah, this set's definitely worth picking up. Like I said, I would get this set and Skull Cruncher, and I think you'd have a lot of fun with these Beast Wars toys. I'm not sure what other 2-packs there are in this kind of weaponizer 2-pack thing. I know there's like a Bumblebee with a Panther in the armor set, and then an RC with, I think the White Tiger ArrowStripe or Tigertron or whatever they're calling it, is one of these armorizer packs. I'm not sure what the other weaponizer packs were. They were there today, but like I said, I really wasn't paying attention. I saw all the Primal stuff, and I'm like, gimme, 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 gimme. So anyway, like I said, he comes with ArrowStripe, Primal and ArrowStripe. This is how I'm going to carry him around. He's absolutely fun little pocket toy. He's going to come around with me in my work bag for a few days, and I'm looking forward to it because it's simple but fun. I think it's $16 at Walmart, so for a little less than the price of a deluxe, you get an almost deluxe size Primal. You do, and I guess that you don't get the crocodile with him. You'd have to buy the crocodile separately. The crocodile's like $5. But anyway, there is Beast Alliance Weaponizer. Let's go ahead and officially, since these are the two that come together, Primal with ArrowStripe. Optimus Primal with ArrowStripe.